Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope that either your week is going well or that it went well whenever you're watching this. I know I've been been MIA for a minute. That's what we're going to talk about. And hopefully catch up and get back on track, at least for a little bit, until I have to go away again. So if you're interested in hearing about what has happened since I think the last update was like week 28 up to now, which is week 37, I know, then just keep watching. All right, so we're gonna go way back. We're gonna go back to week 29. So the last update I had was week 28. Everything was good. Everything was fine, marching along. Oh, and I meant to add a disclaimer. This might be a long video, I'm not sure. So I would say go ahead and get something to drink, maybe a snack, because this might be a minute while we catch up to where we're at now. So anyways, excuse me. So back to the story. Week 28. Week 28 was good. Everything was fine. The next week, which is week 29, that Wednesday, which marks my weeks, I wasn't feeling well. I was kind of, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling well. There was something wrong. I was kind of crampy, but not really. I was hot. I couldn't get cold. I couldn't cool down. I was not feeling well at all. So I called out that Wednesday from work, and I stayed home all day. And I literally stayed in bed all day because I just was not feeling it at all. So then that night, it wasn't even really hot. I didn't have the air on or anything in the house. The windows were open, but I just was not feeling well. And so I ended up sleeping on the couch, and the boyfriend had to come out and get me, and he was like, come to bed, he turned on the air and everything was kind of okay. Thursday, things did not get any better. They actually got worse. So Thursday, it felt like I was on my period, and ladies, you know what I'm talking about. I had cramps, and I was achy. I wasn't feeling well. I couldn't get comfortable no matter what happened. No matter what side I was on, I couldn't get comfortable. And if I stood up to walk, I had to hunch over. That was the only way I was walking. And I was having what I thought were Braxton Hicks contractions. But I just thought they were Braxton Hicks. But like I said, I was having cramps, and it really felt like I was on my period. I was like, at any minute I was going to start bleeding, and I was like, no. So I stayed home all day. I didn't have to work, so I stayed in bed all day, and I slept off and on, but the sleep was kind of interrupted by the cramps and the contractions. So the boyfriend came home, and I was kind of okay. Like, there was off and on moments. Like, there was times where I was really achy, whatever, and then I would be fine. And something told me, maybe you should start counting these contractions. You should start timing them and see how long they last and how much time is between them. And I was like, oh God, this really can't be what I think it is. I'm only 29 weeks. So I was counting them, and they weren't getting any better, and they were kind of coming closer. And I was like, okay. So finally the boyfriend, he's like, look, you need to call the doctor and see what they say. If it's nothing, that's fine. But you need to see what they say. So I called the doctor. By this time the doctor's office is closed, so I'm speaking to the nurse, and the nurse is like, she's asking me questions, and I'm telling her about the cramps and the contractions and how everything is feeling and whatever. So she gets on the phone with the doctor, who is on call, and the doctor's like, you need to come in, you need to go to the emergency room, tell them you're having contractions, you're like 29 weeks. And I was like, oh my goodness. So so we end up going to the emergency room. They end up admitting me. Come to find out, yes, I was actually having contractions. I was having preterm labor symptoms, and the contractions were actually coming 2 minutes apart, and I was feeling every other one. So it was kind of serious. Like, it was a little hardcore. Snack time. So they checked me in, and they started me on magnesium. But the hospital that I was at, which is the one I'm going to give birth at, is not capable of handling an early preemie. If I had gone into labor then, they would not have been able to handle or take care of me and the baby at such an early stage. I forgot what level they're at, like level 2, and then level I needed was like level 4 or something like that. So they ended up sending me down the street in emergency transport, and the whole time I'm going, I'm still having contractions. They're still roughly like 2 minutes apart. They're not really getting any intense, but we're still having some issues. So I get to the bigger hospital down the street, uptown, and they check me in. I'm still on magnesium. They're also giving me anti-contraction drugs, so that way the contractions slow down and they stop. So, in long story short, I was having preterm labor issues, and I was in the hospital from Thursday to Sunday. And while I was there, the doctors basically put me on. They don't like to call it bed rest anymore, but it's kind of essentially what it is bed rest. They put me on like modified bed rest, so I didn't work. They didn't want me to go back to school because where I park to the school is too far away. So they were like, no school, no work, light activity, no exercise, no walking. Like if I walk, it was like up the hill of the driveway to get the mail and back down. That was it. Some stairs, nothing else, nothing, no lifting, nothing. From like 29 weeks, literally until this week. And I can't say that I've really followed. I mean, I've followed it to an extent, but it's kind of hard when you're an active person and you like doing things for yourself. You don't like asking for help, and then all of a sudden it's like, can you tie my shoe because I can't bend over, or I can't walk my own dog. My parents' house. I had to take my dog to my parents' house and have them watch her because I couldn't walk her. I couldn't get up and down the stairs. That was too much. You got to take your dog out like 2 or 3 times a day, and it was a little frustrating being kind of that helpless. So that is where I've been these past couple of weeks. It's from week 29 up until now. I've been on basically modified bed rest. I did finish school. Well, not finish, but I finished the semester. I did very well, in case you're wondering. I did very well. I'm pleased with most of my grades. I probably should have taken incomplete on one class, but I was like, I can do it. So anyways, sorry about that. So that's where we're at right now, is that I was suffering from preterm labor issues. Now that we're in week 37, things are better. There was a moment, I think like around week 35, where I pushed myself too hard and I was having contractions again and cramps and stuff, and I had to lay down. But it kind of cleared, like it stopped by the next day. I just laid down, I didn't do anything. So that kind of cleared everything up and slowed everything down. So we back on track till the doctor, he was like, hey, look, you gotta calm down. So right now we're at week 37. Let me get my phone, because we're going to talk about what's going on at week 37. So hang on just a minute. All right. So we're at week 37. Like literally today is week 37. And baby is now about the size of a striped skunk. Okay. I switched the themes on my Ovia app to cute but weird animals. So this is what they give me, is cute but stinky. Or not stinky but cute, whatever. We're going to go to fruits and vegetables to see what that is. Baby is now about the size of honeydew melon. I'm kind of feeling that one. That's what we're going to go with. So, like I said, we are at week 37. Baby is now considered near term and is getting more and more ready to be born. Good thing. So at this stage of the pregnancy, I have doctor's appointments every week. And because I have high blood pressure, I actually go see the doctor twice. I see once for my prenatal, which is on Mondays, and then once like on Thursday. And both appointments, I have a non-stress test. Basically what that is they monitor my the contractions, and then they monitor the baby's heartbeat. And really the contractions aren't the contractions. They're monitoring the baby's movement and things like that, and it picks up contractions as well, if I have any or anything like that. So that's twice a week now. So Mondays and Thursdays. Thursdays is just the non-stress test, and then Mondays is the prenatal and the non-stress test. So that's where we're at right now. The, the doctor is basically giving me the green light to go into labor now. um, he's like, yeah, you know, I guess the restrictions not necessarily are lifted, like, you know, there's no heavy weightlifting, but I can kind of resume a lot of my normal activities. You know, like not necessarily heavy lifting, but I can lift and I can do the walking and stuff, because he would like for me to have a natural birth, and rather than getting induced. The reason they would induce me is because I have high blood pressure, and the fear, and it kind of makes sense, and I kind of suspected it anyway, is the high blood pressure kind of affects the placenta, and there's a greater likelihood of having a stillbirth with the high blood pressure. There's also, you know, the stroke and stuff, and your blood pressure getting too high. So he doesn't want me to go really past 39 weeks. Like 40, I think, would be too much for him. So the doctors are saying, you know, if I haven't gone into labor in the next week or so, before 39 weeks, we're going to set a date for induction. And the problem with induction for me is that if it doesn't go smoothly enough, and not fast enough, but if it doesn't go well and progress at a steady pace, then my chance of having a cesarean raises. I'm really not down for a cesarean. I know if it's necessary, then that's what's going to have to happen, but I prefer not to have a cesarean. So that's what's going on there. I feel like I'm rambling. I apologize if I am. Let's go back. Let's talk about some symptoms of week 37. Baby is much more active. She is constantly kicking me, and she has her set times, which is very frustrating for the non-stress test. Her times when she's most active is early in the morning. Again, like when boyfriend is going to work, she is awake and kicking and rolling, and like it's playtime, and I'm like, no, it's 5:30 in the morning, go back to bed. Her other most active time is like around 10:30, when it's time to go to bed. And I feel like this habit is going to continue once she's born. The 5:30 in the morning I can handle when she's born. The 10:30, no. So her, like I said, her second active time is 10:30, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. She's very active. She's very, you know, ready to go. She's kicking me. She, you know, whatever, hitting the bladder, spine, whatever. She's kicking whatever she can find. So that's that symptom. Well, it's not even a symptom. That's what's going on. So another symptom is the mucus. We still have that. It's still an issue. It's not really going anywhere. I've learned to deal with it. I have spittoons everywhere, and people are grossed out by it. I really just don't care. The shortness of breath is kind of going away because she's dropped a little bit. They call it lightning, where she basically moves into the birthing canal and gets ready to come. So she's dropped a little bit, so the breathing is a little bit easier. Getting upstairs is a lot easier than it used to be. What else? The belly feels tighter now that we're moving further and further along, and we're a little bit closer to giving birth. She, like I said, the belly's tighter. She seems to have settled right above my belly button, which is very sensitive now. So people brush against it. You know, I want to punch him in the face. You know, sometimes the boyfriend is trying to give me a massage or something, and he rubs up against it. No. There is some swelling now, mostly in the feet. The hands are kind of okay. Well, not kind of, they're okay. But the feet, they swell in the morning and they're swollen at night. Not bad, mild. I can still fit my shoes. My shoes size has not gone up. So that's a good thing. Knock on wood. But yeah, there is some mild swelling now. Let's see, what else is there? My appetite is increased. One of the books or the apps or whatever that I was reading, probably both, said at this point of the pregnancy, your appetite kind of like lessens a little bit. No. I can now officially finish a spicy chicken sandwich. I couldn't before. I used to only get like halfway through, maybe, maybe 3/4 if I didn't have any French fries, no water, nothing before. Like I was starving myself. I could probably get 3/4 of a sandwich down. Last night I finished the entire sandwich and like maybe a handful of fries. Yeah, appetites no. So there is that as well. I would have to say there's probably not much, yeah, no real other symptoms. Um, we had the baby shower. You guys missed that. I apologize. I was going to vlog it and everything, but it was just so much fun. But I'll put pictures of it up and stuff on my blog if you guys want to check it out. I'll leave a link down below for the blog if you want to look at pictures and how we designed it. The baby's nursery is coming along finally. Got the crib, got the dresser. There's a couple other pieces that I want to get, and I'm hoping I get them before, you know, labor happens. I need a bookshelf because she got quite a few books at the baby shower, and I have plans to build her book collection. She's gonna be like mommy and grandma, both grandmas. So there's that, and I need to work on her closet. I have washed most of her clothes that she's gonna wear. I washed up to 3 months. I didn't find the need to wash like, you know, the 6 to 9 and anything like that, because clearly she's not in it. I can wash them as we go. But all the newborn and all of the 0 to 3 months, like I said, up to 3 months, everything's been washed. And I know someone will tell me, you know, if she's going to grow out of the newborn, you know, I shouldn't have washed all of them. Oh no, we're going to wear every single newborn outfit. If I have to change her 3 times a day, we're going to get use out of every single article of clothing. That is a goal. And with spit ups and poopy diapers and everything, I'm sure I can accomplish this goal. And then go into grandma's house and grandma's gonna want, I got this. So yeah, laundry's done. Again, I need to work on the closet. Started setting up her dresser, and I'm gonna put that on my blog about organizing the dresser and stuff like that, and where I'm putting everything. There's this woman on Pinterest I found. I liked her setup of her dresser, so I'm kind of doing what she's doing, so I'll link all of that in the blog. Let's see, I got this, like I said, we got the stroller. I need to install the car seat, and I need to have it checked. The next big thing is getting the to-go bag ready, so I'm gonna film that too and put that up on this channel, because I love watching those videos. And I'm gonna warn you now, I'm an overpacker, so that's all there is to it. I'm the what if person. So I think that's about it really. Symptoms are good, everything's kind of back on track. Then like I said, the nursery's coming along, we're decorating it, getting stuff together, putting stuff away. Still stuff on the floor a little bit, and I want to put the rug down, things like that, but like the big stuff like the crib and whatnot, that's ready. I need to wash some bottles. Now I'm just babbling. So, with all that said, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you guys have any questions for me or comments or anything like that, just go ahead and leave them down below for me, and I promise I will get back to you. If you want to hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, you can do that too. Facebook as well. I hope you have a very good day, and I hope to see you back on my channel again. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, thank you for coming back. And that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.